Okay, so the Tecno Camon X is the first phone from Techno that I have allowed myself to take a look at for more than a few minutes. As a matter of fact, I have used it as my backup device for about 7 days now. Now, this information could mean one of two things. Maybe I am the perfect person to make a Techno phone review because I am not a huge fan of the brand, or two, maybe I am the absolute worst person to make a Techno phone review because I don't really understand the brand sometimes. But, like my buddy Fisayo always says, without further ado, let's get into the video. Actually, first, a quick message from our sponsors.
I love you, my girlfriend, and you must give me a lot of children. Because you are beautiful. Your idea is good too. I can marry you.
Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the phone itself. It has an 18:9 aspect ratio, which basically means a 720p by 1440p display screen. That might not be a problem for a lot of people, but 720p in 2018 for a phone
is good too.
Maybe it works for a lot of other people, but it really just doesn't work for me. But I'm going to be completely straight and let you guys know right now that it's completely adequate. So let's talk about the operating system. It's something called iOS. Yes, that's high with an H. I had to let the H factor really shine. There's a lot of things about the OS that I like, and there's a lot of other things that I absolutely fucking hate. I'm gonna be straight, nothing beats pure Android. Like Samsung has tried, OnePlus has tried, LG has tried. In the end, standard, pure, unadulterated Android is always the best way to go for phones. Techno decided not to go with stock Android and instead skinned the OS, which in some ways was great. They added a lot of useful features, but in the end, what I ended up seeing was a bunch of bloatware apps that I had no use for and I really didn't want on my phone. But again, this was not my main phone, it was just a backup phone that I was testing, so I didn't really care that much. Now, to the most important part of this review, the cameras on this phone. This is Techno's marketing focus. This is the part where they know they have truly excelled and they make sure to remind you about it. The cameras on this phone are the best pair of cameras I have ever used on any smartphone I have ever held in my hand. And I have used a lot of smartphones in my life. I have hardly seen a camera this sharp on any phone that I've used in a while, except like super flagship phones like, you know, the Galaxy Note 8, which, you know, you expect the camera to be awesome, but this phone costs only 60 grand. I mean, for 60 grand, I'm getting a camera that shoots photos that look like this, which is pretty awesome. Let's try out the selfie camera, because I believe that is like the most advertised, what's it called now? Nelson, say hi to the camera. I said say hi, I didn't say pose.
Say hi.
Say hi to the camera.
Hi, camera.
Wow, it took 40 pictures. I thought I was trying to take a video. I held it down and it took 40 pictures.
On that many?
Like when I just hold them down just now. That's mad. The 20 megapixel selfie camera, the 16 megapixel camera on the back, and the dual flash system. I am not a camera guy, but this phone is a camera phone. If there were ever going to be an aspect of this phone that was not going to have any issues, it's the cameras. It's excellent. Go Techno. Straight into performance. 3GB of RAM, 16GB of internal storage, and a 2GHz processor is more than enough. The phone performs excellently. I have never experienced any lags or any problems with this phone through the entire time I was using it. It also runs on Android 8.1 Oreo, which is actually pretty cool. I mean, the fact that they put the phone on Android 8.1 is impressive. And while I'm recording this video right now, they just pushed an app update for the weather application that nobody actually uses. While the cameras might be the biggest selling point for Techno and a lot of other people who are buying this phone, for me personally, I think the battery life is the most outstanding thing about the phone. A 3750 mAh battery is not unheard of, but on this phone, it actually shines bright like a diamond. I mean, 2% battery will still carry you overnight. Who does that? And while I absolutely still think this phone is a fantastic phone, in fact, excellent for some people, there is one thing Techno messed up with their iOS that I think makes it a deal breaker for me and why I could never use this phone. They messed up the notifications. If you're using simple applications like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, and any applications owned by Google or that require the Google Play services, your notifications work fine. But the moment you download Slack, the moment you download Upwork, the moment you download any other applications that are not in that Facebook Google ecosystem, your notifications are totally shit. Hey, what am I even saying? I don't even get any notifications from the YouTube Studio application for YouTube comments and all sorts of things like that. Like, I have to physically open the application before the notifications then come in, which is completely hot to me. Then there's the tiny but unimportant issue of watching videos on your Instagram Explore and trying to use the up button to turn on the volume. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Did somebody say bug? Yes, it's a bug. While I could have fixed all these issues by simply sideloading a completely different mod of Android onto the phone, I had to remind myself that this phone does not belong to me. In fact, it's a giveaway unit that we are going to be giving away a couple of days after you watch this video. So it made no sense for me to do that. I don't like it when my videos are long. I don't like uploading long videos, and I honestly don't like watching videos that are too long. So let's end the video right here. Here's my verdict. The Tecno Camon X is a fantastic phone. In fact, I feel like it is one of the best phones that I have used that are not by name brands like Samsung or Nokia or anything like that. But the iOS really holds it back. But then again, if your Slack notifications are not important to you, or you don't need Upwork notifications like me, then it's probably a fantastic phone for you. Actually, regardless of all the nonsense I just said, it's still a fantastic phone. So just be aware of all the quirks and know exactly what you're getting with a budget smartphone that costs only about $160.
Yes, so that is my first impressions of the Camon X. It's a great phone, it works fantastic, performance is awesome, applications run just fine, camera is amazing, doesn't feel particularly durable, but you know, that's kind of forgivable considering they put this case in the box with the phone. The case is actually really nice to the touch, nice to the screen. With this case, I don't think you need a screen protector, but I don't even think that is an issue because I just realized right now that apparently there's already a screen protector on the screen. Like, they basically gave you a phone with all the accessories you need: earphones, charger, case, protector, screen protector, all of that nonsense, which is great. Great job, Techno. And I have to say this really quickly. I've never really been a fan of Techno phones, but holding a phone like this and actually spending a day with a phone like this makes me feel like maybe I've been a little unfair to the brand. Like, the quality of phones they've been putting out recently, I mean, the Tecno Camon CM, the X, the X Pro, like, those phones look really amazing and they work fantastic. They actually compete with other flagship phones, and they do that at a decent budget, like prices that don't actually break the bank, which is quite amazing. I mean, if you compare the prices to your Samsungs and your iPhones, and Techno really just kills the market. And I think I kind of understand now why they're so popular, why so many people know Techno, why so many people love Techno, why so many people buy Techno phones.
I love you very, very well. I love you, my girlfriend. I love you, my girlfriend. Oh, gone.